Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome and thanks for joining me this Wednesday. It's lovely to have you here. My name is Rochelle Laird-Smith and I'm from Stamping Play. I'm based in Melbourne. I'm an independent Stampin' Up demonstrator, so I'm here to share with you paper crafting inspiration. What I love is lots of layers and texture, and that's what I share with you today. I have a process video to share. Basically, I will run through a card which I haven't really prepared, but I've got an idea and we'll work through it together. And I will be using the framed scenes bundle. I will show that bundle to you. It's a really cute bundle from our online exclusives range. So if you are joining me today or if you are watching the replay, please say hello to me. Please let me know where you're from. I love seeing different faces as well, and names. I'm not really seeing you, but it's really nice to chat with you online and get to know everyone. I'm just going to give 1 second to make sure I am on Facebook as well, and sometimes give it a chance to open people's feeds as well. So today, this is the bundle I'll be using, but I said it's a fusion project because I've got another few products I'll be using, and as always, I tend to mix and match things. So it's ideal, especially if you don't have a particular product, you can use what you've got. You might have DSP designer series paper in your stash. You might have a similar stamp set, and that works. So use what you have. Hi, Christine. Thanks for joining me. So always check what you have. If you want to purchase the products, I will have a list later on because obviously I haven't got a complete list now, but I will. You can shop in my online store. So let's turn this camera around and just bear with me. The light's streaming through because the sunlight is just coming through the blind there. It's a nice sunny day here in Melbourne. We're having a really nice day. So this is the frame scenes bundle. It comes with, it's a cute little set of dies. So basically it's got this is what I'm using today, but it's got these little frames. This one just basically creates, it doesn't cut out as such, but it creates those indentations and little cuts within the cardstock. And this one has that nice wood grain texture on the border, so it does give it a lovely textured look. I loved it as soon as I saw it. Hi Deborah, lovely to see you. If you're joining from New South Wales, that's really nice. You're having a nicer day as we're having in Melbourne today. You never know what you're gonna get, right? So what I'm going to be doing is stamping the image and coloring first. This is focal point, but I'm going to be adding some other things, but just starting with that. I'm stamping in Tuxedo Black. Now, if I find that this is a little bit too dark, we can always change it. But I think that's nice, and Tuxedo Black is a good neutral, I should say, or sorry, color. If you just want a base color, what I'm going to color it is with some watercolor pencils, but I'm just going to use them as pencils. I am not going to use water as such. I'm going to bring in a book as my backing here. Just bear with me. When you use watercolor pencils, it's good to have some cushioning under, so you get a nice it colors better and you get a nice softness under the pencil. So I've got all my pencils in a cup, which I'll show you in a minute. but I'm just pulling out as I see fit. So I'm going to start with some garden green, and like we have Granny and Old Olive. So I might start with garden green. And I don't have my pencils the lead too sharp, or I try to make them more sort of softer. And because this is my focal point, I will spend a little bit of time coloring this. You're watching on replay and you don't like coloring, you can just always push through and go to the next bit. But I just love coloring, and I do take a little bit of time, and the effort pays off on your finished project when you're adding it. Now, I do sometimes mix blends as well. So depending on how I want my color, I will add some blends. But because with smaller images, I find a little bit, it's nicer to just have the watercolor pencils to start with. Stamping blends sometimes can be a bit bright for these small images where there's a lot of detail. These especially are cute. What do these images remind you of? Like it brought some to my mind certain something, and I wonder what it reminds you of and how. When it conjures up an image in your mind, because it made me think of storybooks. Like this is like a tree house, and immediately to mind came those Enid Blyton books where you get story. There's always a tree house in those books. Children's books. And in those, when I used to read them, we don't have TV, so we're visualizing what it looks like, and you imagine what it all looked like, creating the imaginary mind. Now I'm going to get early espresso and pecan pie. I'm not finished with the greenery, but I just want to add, I'm just adding the pecan pie, just the trunk parts, so we can kind of see where this is going. They are small images and they're very cute. So I have this. Oh, the little swing. I was trying to work out what that was, and then I realized that's a swing. So cute. I'm going in with Old Olive here, and I will bring back in that garden green, but I just want to add in a layer of this Old Olive. When I die cut this, you may not see all of it, but you may see some of it. Like it'll cut off. It's fine. I thought it may cut off some. If you use the smaller one, you'll lose some of that image, but you can do that too. So I have to bring in the smaller one if you want to layer, or if we want to layer. Depends what I decide. So you can always do that, right? But I think the bigger one is better because that's how it's designed. I like the color, this Old Olive, how it's coloring and adding that nice shading. These images, if you wanted to and you're not into the coloring, you could stamp it just like in a brown or like a pecan pie, and then you could always add a bit of like go with a blender pen and just pull that color out, so it just shades it lightly. Then it'll give that sepia look and more vintagey feel, and that'll be nice too. So not necessarily to this. Do you like this set? Have you got it? Maybe you might get it after this. And now I'm going in with the old olive to add some shading here. And I can bring in some bits just around the house. Yeah, there's going to be a bit of further darkness there. So you can hopefully see what's happening there. Now, if I wanted to blend it a bit, I can always bring in my blender pen, but I have 3 brand new ones. Where are they? I was just using it last night. It'll pop up somewhere. I will keep coloring. I'm so organized. I put them in little boxes and things. Here, it's right in front of me. Okay. It will blend it, just smoothen out that color a bit. So these blender pens are marvelous and they work for a long, long time. So you get 3 in a pack. I just dot it and it'll just blend that nicely. So give it a smooth finish. Then add some more. Yeah. I think it's more that dreamy look when you add the blender pen. It's nice. Now we'll go in with some color for here. I'm using crushed curry for the house. And I'm not going to do too much, only because I want a little bit of white space. Sometimes white space is good. So I have that in between here of that. It's like a little bunny star, but I will add some of that greenery because you should be able to see some of that. Okay, we can see a little mat there, and I'm going to add some calypso coral. It's like a rug or something. We've got the ladder and things here, or the rope ladder. Let's bring in a bit. So I've got early espresso on the tree. I'm adding a little bit of crushed curry, and I'll also bring in my Cajun craze to give it a bit more warmth on that tree track. That just adds something nice. Now some of it is really hard to identify as well what it is. And honestly, I don't get too fussy with things like this. I reckon, like, as the overall picture, it looks really nice. For this ledge, I will go with the crushed curry. Bringing in a bit of the crushed curry here. Cajun. And so you see how it adds that little warmth to that tree. And a bit of crushed curry. Now I've got to work out what I'm going to do with that roof. Just got the roof line there. And I think I'll go and red or something, and I can always tone it down with some espresso. I'm just going very faint, real red. it's imaginative, so you probably have wood on here, but I'm just adding a tone there, and then I can double up the color. It's coming together. So please feel free to ask me any questions you have. I would I'd love to help you. And also, if you are interested, right now we have the two-tone cardstock sale which is going on. So we have mixed packs of that. We have individual packs as well. So take a look. It's 20% off all the packs. All right, so I'm going to do that. Crush curry. Now, then I'm going to bring in this early espresso and just go over this a little bit. And finally, this is pecan. I'm going to go with Cajun. Okay, so to tone down that red, I've left a fair bit of white space there, here and there, you can see. I'll bring that in. I'll use that same pencil to do my door, so we're not bringing in too much color. And then I'm going to bring in the early espresso there to add my shadow. I'll bring a little bit darker there again to add some shadow. Always defining where we're going with that. I'm going to bring in some black or gray. Sorry, I will bring in gray just in these pockets here. Adding some gray. I do realize I haven't done behind that that salt tree. All right, so we need to do that. It is the rope ladder, the rope, but you can still see the tree. And we'll do our little swing. All right, so that's done. Just doing a little bit further in here so there's definition. And then once we do that, we can die cut it. I'm using garden green again for these little bits, and I will bring in some granny apple green. So we don't have all the colors, but we do have a bit of a mix. That gives it nicely in. So to clean it, you just rub it like that and it'll clean. It just blends that nicely. Okay, so we are done with that for now. And we can, if I see anything, I can fix it, but all right. That's the small one. This is the large one. Let's get some washi just to make sure it doesn't move. Now, if you haven't subscribed to or registered for our Christmas in July event with the Stamping Lounge, I encourage you to do that. It's a free class. It will be run as with 3 projects. Like our regular classes have 3 projects, and you will get to see the fun we have in the Stamping Lounge. It's totally free on the 26th of July. You do need to register for the event. and I will just pop up the link for you. Hi, Wendy. Lovely to see you. So please join us. We would love to have you come along. We've got some new products we're sharing with you. And you will get a bit of a sneak peek into what we do. And you will have the PDF tutorials as well for all 3 projects. So we have a Facebook group as well for that, but you just need to register, and then you will get the link to join that Facebook group. So we look forward to seeing you there. The Stamping Lounge is a community for crafters, or if you're not a crafter and you want to become one, you can join as well. And it doesn't take long to become a crafter. And we share inspiration and classes and all sorts of fun there. And it's myself, Kayla Macaulay, and Maheswari Rajaguru. We are the creative team on that forum there. So now I have cut some pieces out, but this is the mixed media or florals designer series paper. So we've got that, and so hopefully this, I've kind of gone with those colors. And then sometimes I don't pick the card base. I've got a card base in mind, but I'm not sure, so we'll work that out. Then I've got some, again, the same DSP, which I can trim or whatever I want, and this is going to go over that. But I thought it would be cute because in my head I'm thinking this is like a little bit like storybook. So I thought we could do some toadstools to go, just to, I always like to embellish on the side, you know, like fries on the side. No, I try to do something just to go with the frames or anything like that. It may not work, but we can try, and this is a process which I'm going through, so we will see what happens. So I'm gonna try, let's see how it works. Maybe Calypso coral toadstools. And I think they'll kind of work there nicely. And where is my little bitty? Here. Okay. What are we all doing today, guys? Are we doing some crafting? Cleaning? I was catching up on some blog posts and things like that today. But good day to do washing. The wind is high and the sun's shining. Yeah. So what I'm going to do is add some detail on this, or just a bit of shading on this toadstool with my watercolor pencils. Let me bring that in. Oh, Wendy, you're taking a break. Oh, that is from moving, packing boxes. It is a big job, isn't it? When are you moving? So I'm just using pecan pie here. Then I'll add a bit of Cajun. It just adds a bit of just color, extra color, and gives your toadstool some depth. the process moving. I haven't done it in a number of years, probably 13 years now, but even moving desks at office is hard. It takes a little time. I am going to cut this, but I will cut it once I have done my getting it ready to put on, because I feel like if I do it now, I'm probably going to lose the pieces. So now I've got a piece of white, and this is the idea I had. Then I'll put the toadstools on the side, because I'm wondering whether a piece of even calypso coral would go with May. You always got to try, and this is what I say in its process. And if you don't try, you don't know. So I'm delving. Okay, here we are. Calypso. Okay, so instead of, no, that's not calypso, that's pumpkin pie. Am I short on calypso? Here we are. Okay. So instead of the white, we could go calypso. That might be okay too, but I think the white might be nice. I'm a white girl. And then we can bring in an embossing folder. I'm going to emboss that with, I think I'm going to keep it pretty like a simple kind of, this is the Forever Plaid, is a simple design, because the checks, it's not overly ornate or anything like that. So we'll do that. Hi Nicole, how are you going? Lovely to see everyone here. Oh, I just saw a comment, Wendy, I'm moving hopefully by mid-August. Oh, that's a lot. It's harder to when it's a mom. It's all the emotional things you've got to do as well. When you look at things and stuff, it's harder. I might redo that because it's not real straight. I think I got moved. It's okay. I can use that for other pieces. I just want a nice straight piece. Sometimes I do that. We can get another piece. Yeah, Cat is sitting in the warm spot. Ours are too. We have two. They've got like two door posts. They're sitting in both sides of the window. One's even moved the curtain upside so she can sit in this spot to get warm. They know what's going on. So these are just like one 1.5 centimeter pieces. And this is a Mojo Monday sketch. I've just changed it up a bit, but like sometimes it's a good starting point to get you going, and you go, okay, what do I do? And then you can start with it. Always good. And then you can deviate from it, but when you're stuck, or not even stuck, but like you just want to something to get you started, it's nice to follow a sketch. So you can see I'm just trimming off bits. I took some scrap, and so I'm just trimming it off if it was not quite right. That's the one's a bit longer than the other, and because I've got it from the same pack, it all matches. Actually, I don't think I've used that sheet, if at all, very minimal. All right, so that's what I have planned. And I think the white is good because there's a bit of color going on there. All right, so just bear with me while I trim this or fussy cut it. It's not difficult. So I'll first do them individually, so then we can pop them on dimensionals, and they look really cute, I think. They're tiny but cute. So worth it. And if you find it easier, which sometimes I do, use the Take Your Pick Crafters tips and use the scalpel on it. That is really handy for getting into, like, I'm a bit fussy with my fussy cutting, in the sense of, if there's a cup handle or something, I want to get in that handle and get rid of the bit. I don't like that white section in there. So that is handy for that. So the crafted tips are really good. I can see this falling and I'll never find them ever again. Isn't that the way with tiny things like dies? Okay, they're done. And they'll just go on the mini dimensionals. And then I'm just going to cut this out. And this is just a little bit extra I'm adding to this card, just to decorate it and make it a bit more textured and more my style, I guess, what I like to do. And if you're using the scalpel, make sure you're either using a glass mat, the glass mat works fine, or you can get one of the self-healing cutting mats. They're good too. I used to use them all the time when I was doing paper towel, and you live with the self-healing cutting mats. the glass mat doesn't get ruined. I just feel kind of awkward cutting on it, but I do, because I know nothing's going to happen to it. But it's good for watercoloring too, the glass mat. Like, and it's World Watercoloring Month, guys. So if you want to make a mess with on the glass mat, it's good. I am making life easy by trimming off the edges. That's how I feel it's easier. And it's trickier for me going this way, but it's the easiest method. All right, we're done. So now all I'm going to do is just stick, have a tiny bit of glue and stick on these edges. Oh, sorry, knock that down. Just a teeny mini bit, and we can let it rest there for a while it attaches itself to that. You sometimes put the dimensionals on and peel off the backing and stick them to the silicone craft sheet so you don't lose them. Yeah, that's a good idea, Wendy. Because these little things, they're just fiddly, aren't they? Any guarantee it'll be the tiniest thing that gets lost. It's not the big ones. Not normally. Yeah, okay. All right, that's ready to go, but I'll just let it rest for a while. We can do this assembling now. I'll get my other glue, which has a bit more glue in it than this. I do like this pack of paper, actually, because it's got the black and white as well. And it's the black and white is always nice. I haven't worked out what sentiment I'm doing yet. The sentiment always, I don't know, do you find that the sentiment sometimes is the last thing, and it makes me kind of think, oh, what do I do? It puts a stop to my creativity. I'm going, oh no, I've got to think of a sentiment now. I'll get to that right at the end. So I'm going to stick that about there. You see, go on your merry way creating, and then the last thing it is the sentiment. Well, that's what I do anyway, generally. You can use cardstock for this. I just like using DSP because it has like that variation in shading, and sometimes like it's got a light texture and it's a muted tone on this one. So now I might change up a bit. Oh, we'll go there. Maybe that might be better. And I just think that's a little bit cute. Well, the next thing I have is a bit of this, because we're doing pecan pie, I thought we could use a little bit of this two-tone and whip it towards yourself. Then you're going to get that white core showing. That's the one of the characteristics of the two-tone. You can add it like that, just a little bit. And we can have that even sitting like that. We don't have to have all of it. And something, if I'm doing it that way, maybe there. I feel this way. Just do that. You get these mixed packs. I generally get the mixed packs, or I get it in the scrapbooking kits, because you get, when you buy the kits, you get some two-tone. So that's even very good. I could put that in there. And let's work out a sentiment. It depends where the card design sends it. That's true. Whether you want a larger sentiment as well, or a small one. Now here I feel, because of the picture, that you are magical looks kind of cute from this particular set. So let's try it. We could even stamp it like in two colors, so we can do the magical in like one, and like fussy cut it. So we could have the, I'm just thinking. Let's try it. Let's try it. So I've got some scrap. So first, we'll do the first one in black. And I only want the UR here. So I've got to bring my scraps in here. UR. Maybe I'll do it again on the other side. There must have been a mark on there. And I can just cut that out. And then I might do it in, maybe the shy shamrock would be nice. Bring some of that green back in. Only recently I've started to use shy shamrock a fair bit, which is nice. Go through stages, I guess, with colors. Truly, you don't want to see my desk at the moment. It's a jolly mess because I've been like creating, and I need to clean it. And I'm always like, you know, like getting things quickly done, and then where did the time go? Last night I was working till 1 in the morning. So I did clean up a bit, but I had to finish the card early this morning when I got up. So I kind of left it there. So we've got our little UR. We could even do that. UR. And fussy cut the magical. Hi, Lucia. Nicole, you have the two-tone from the 90s, but you don't have the colors from now. You can always justify your purchases, you know. when it comes to craft items, I guess. Oh, thanks, Lucia. So I haven't used this stamp set in a while. The frame scenes, it's a bit of a magical card. I think sometimes my brain thinks of different things. I'm trying to get I don't use Winkostella as you know much. So I'm trying to get the one that works. This is the one that works. Let's see. Because it's magical, I should use some Winkostella today. Where is it when you need it? That's how little I use it. It's here, I used it the other day. Never mind. You can use some Winkostella, maybe on the mushies, on the toadstools. You are magical. We need the green there. That's cute. And maybe just there. But I think that might need a backing of some sort. So a teensy weensy bit off, because the white washes it out. And I'll just get the tiniest bit. I'll stick this down and then I'll use that. How has your day been, Lucia? Good? And I think with this, it doesn't matter with straight or not, because it's one of those fun, whimsical kind of cards. So I don't think it matters too much. And you are magical. Yeah, that's it. Don't fiddle, Rochelle. Maybe the only thing, because we don't have a mat for this, right? Because this is the larger of the two frames. We don't have anything on that. So perhaps we could add a touch of, this could go very wrong, but we'll try. A touch of just a little bit of blending, or sponge daubing maybe. Maybe sponge daubing. That's another thing I haven't used in a while. I do a lot of blending. Just making sure that's not gonna, I'm a bit worried. Let me try it. It's not the greatest. I'm gonna stick with the blending because I think my sponge daub is a bit old. So it's not smooth. Just very faint. Just a touch of the, I'm taking pretty much all that color off. And even if there's a little bit of residue of another green, it doesn't matter, which I use the same blending brush for the different greens. Oh, that's so nice. Come drive you. That's nice. Add some dimensionals. Gonna make sure before I do any sticking that before I start putting dimensionals, that this is the right size. So I think it looks nice on the Shy Shamrock. We can try Calypso or something. We'll see. Just to give ourselves options, and always see what else is there. So I'm just going to scrunch this up a bit just to give it some added texture. And I'll add the glue just at the base, because then I can add my toadstools, insert them in. Just gives me a little bit of leeway there. Now some mini dimensionals for the larger toadstools. The other ones may not work, but we'll see. I'm going to stick it, and it also, by doing this, it makes sure that your stem is nicely attached. Now for this one, it may be too big. Oh no, it's okay. Let's see. Oh, he might be a bit too big. I can cut him off. If at any point you feel that it's too visible, also you can just color it with the stamping blend just on the side, so it's not too visible. But it's okay, this one. Put a bit of glue at the bottom. I always keep picking up the wrong one. I'm not up. Okay. So just like that. Maybe that way. Might not be quite what I had before, but that's all right. You are magical. I think that's nice like that. Maybe. Yep. So a few dimensionals on that. And I'm just sticking it there. This one's just gonna go there. Not there. It's got to read right, doesn't it? The flow has got to be right. Maybe, yeah, that's a bit balanced. The balance is better. So I'll bring in a Calypso coral and we can just test it out and see whether that might give you a better look. We do have some bases, I'm pretty sure. Maybe I'll run out of Calypso, but we can pull that in. We had one. What do you? Calypso. What's your opinion? Oh, Shy Shamrock. So that's Shy Shamrock. I can cut the Calypso so you can see exactly what it looks like, so you don't see a massive bit. Oh, who's coming for the virtual album retreat? Have you ordered your kits? So if you haven't, I'll get onto it soon. And if you order from me, you will also get the free album with $75. So that's coming up next Thursday. That's very quick. So you'd want to get onto that quickly so you can get the kit ready. Okay, so Shy Shamrock Calypso. What look good? This is a warm and this is cool, isn't it? We'll stew on that for a minute. Let's get some twine. Twine. Do we? There's this, whether it's too much Shy Shamrock, I don't know, but we'll try. This is from the On The Go suite. So you get, I think, Asia, Afternoon, Strawberry Slush. I think the blue is Asia. It's a nice, yeah. Actually, that doesn't look too bad, even though it's like Shy Shamrock on Shy Shamrock. It's a nice toning in instead of so having it turn outstanding. Standing there. Pop that in there. So this is Baker's, not twine, Baker's twine. Is that Baker's twine? Yeah, Baker's twine. And just if you're watching and haven't heard, you heard yesterday that our paper snips are going to be, at the moment, we are unable to purchase them. And our supplier is not producing or supplying them anymore. So hang on to your snips for now, and they're trying to source it elsewhere, but just okay. I'm going to stick that, I think, on the Shy Shamrock. I think I like that combination. And then we could even have some gems in Timid Tiger. I pulled out the Shy Shamrock, but I think even the Timid Tiger would work because it's in those tones. I pulled out lots of gems and embellishments, but I did not pull that one out. Actually, I like how that turned out, and we've got even these. This is the On The Move. So you've got little stars and stuff, which are cute, like everything for kiddies. Because I feel like this is a kid's card. Where are you, pearls? Maybe I will have to go with the Shy Shamrock. It's okay. I could always colour them in. It wouldn't matter, but no, I'll just stick with what I have. I've pulled out a whole lot so we can just have a look. Oh, I did have these though. I have them in Pinot in the pecan pie. Oh, I've got these. They're a bit sparkly. They're quite nice actually. all these. And you could even go with the yellow because we've got some yellow in there. Not just any yellow, that is peach pie, but we could do that. And it might just bring in some of the calypso and things like that in there. Oh, thank you, Nicole. I'm glad you like it. My where my brain is working. All right, let's do this. Maybe something like that. That's too far. I think it's got to be something here. You know, sometimes this takes so long for me when working out ideally where this needs to go. That gets washed out, and that's there. Maybe somewhere there. I think that looks kind of cute. So for the inside, I could get my designer series paper, just a simple thing with designer series paper. I think that's my go-to. Get a strip of DSP. And it uses up your DSP as well, because we're going to purchase all the DSP. So let's use it. And then it makes the card really nice too. Mm-hmm. 14.8 books. 14.3. I'm just eyeballing this and hoping it goes right. This is quite a pretty sheet. It's not like heavy, and just turn it in. So this sketch you can use with other, of course, other shapes and things like that, which is nice. That's a bit long, but that's okay. I can trim that down and bring in a bit of my calypso as well, because I like to do that. I frayed ribbon before. Now ribbon is everywhere. The bits are stuck all over the shop. It's a bit like dimensional backings. It gets everywhere. I'm trying to find my calypso pack of paper. I don't know how you store cardstock, but I just throw it in little packs. But my little pack is gone. It's alright. I can use this. I don't mind cutting. I think my calypso was low, scrap was low anyway, so it's okay. Teeny weeny bit I need. Just the thinnest bit. That's it. Just like a border. I like to use it here just to add a trim. Now, I'll put that there. And it just finishes the card off nicely when you do this. I'll trim that bottom so that it's not in the way there, that little white bit. I was a bit short on my DSP. Okay, a little bit more. Perfect. Maybe you will recreate this card, or if you do, please share it, or maybe you'll do it with another set you have. You could. The ribbons got stuck under that piece. Okay, that's our card done. Thanks, Deborah. I am so grateful for all of you joining on this afternoon. It has been really nice sharing this magical card with you. So I hope to see you again, and I hope like in maybe Sunday for my card creation series, we're doing the celebratory sips bundle, or the suite, and I'll be sharing another card with you. That'll be the second card for our series. I'll just hop on and show you the first card we did. So this was last week's card. So that was the first one. Thanks, Wendy. I appreciate that. I hope your move packing goes well and you have a good day today. So I hope everyone has a lovely day and a lovely rest of the week. I will catch up with you soon. Thank you, everyone. Bye-bye.